Right now, there are two distinct strands to Libya's financial situation, one short-term, one long. The short-term one is being addressed here in Doha on Wednesday with what amounts to a donors' conference for the National Transitional Council. Mahmoud Jabril from the council explains here exactly what they're looking for.
The meeting will be attended by the US, Qatar, the UAE, France, Italy, Britain and Turkey. The aim of this meeting is to come up with $2.5 billion to the Transitional National Council before the end of Ramadan, so we can pay Libyans their salaries and to enable us to provide the necessary medical supplies.
Now, $2.5 billion wanted inside a week is a pretty big request, but there is plenty of goodwill towards the NTC, particularly from the hosts Qatar, who've been providing aid to Benghazi from very early on. Long term, though, is a different story because it requires the NTC to do things on its own. The difference here, though, say to maybe Egypt or Tunisia, is that there is scope for the NTC to be very well funded indeed. See, Europe and the US are preparing to release billions of dollars in frozen Libyan government assets once the United Nations gives its approval. And it is reported that Libyan government assets held overseas range from $100 billion right up to maybe $150 billion. To break it down country by country, we start with the United States, which holds around $37 billion worth. The United Kingdom with $20 billion of frozen assets. Then Germany with $10 billion of Libyan money, and the Netherlands has got $4 billion as well. Assets also been frozen by these countries: Switzerland, Austria, Portugal and Spain. And then there's two other cases. This is Germany and the Netherlands with this $144 million figure. They are agreeing to lend that to the rebels to get them going, basically, to pay for immediate rebuilding and humanitarian needs, money that will later be deducted from the unfrozen assets. So done properly, this could be a very, very fruitful time for the NTC, and even better if it can get Libya back to producing the 1.6 million barrels of oil a day it used to before the battle began.